Well, hello. Thank you for inviting me to share some thoughts. And I'm very sorry that I couldn't be there in person as I had planned. But I'm very glad that USDOT has a strong showing there, led by our acting Undersecretary, Christopher Coase. I first want to recognize Tanya Adams, outgoing chair of the COMTO Board of Directors, April Rye, COMTO CEO, all of the state, local, regional, and federal leaders, and all of the business leaders present today. And Brad Mims, former COMTO president before he came to USDOT, where he made a tremendous impact, was a pleasure to work with, and retired on top. As we open, I want to acknowledge this week's weather events. I hope that you and your families are safe. And to everyone there, my main message is thank you. As we recognize the 60th anniversary of the Civil Rights Act, we also recognize those who have worked to bring its promise to life. And to that end, I want to thank COMTO for the critical role that you play in moving our country forward, making people's lives better through good transportation and good jobs, and the work you do as an engine of progress, even in the face of countervailing forces that are trying hard to take us backwards. I appreciate the opportunity to provide a few updates since we last spoke. First, thanks to President Biden's bipartisan infrastructure law, we are now very much in the summer of construction. Just as an example, I was in North Carolina last week, where in Raleigh, we broke ground on the first phase of a major new passenger rail line that will ultimately take riders between Raleigh and Richmond faster than it takes to drive. In Winston-Salem, we broke ground on a new walking and biking path that will connect the downtown with the hospital center there. In Durham, we're making it safer and easier and more comfortable for people to reach the city's busiest bus route. I saw all of that just in a couple of days. This progress is happening all across the country. At the Port of Houston, on the transformational new rail tunnel between New Jersey and New York that we just finalized funding for this week, and everywhere in between. We have more than 50,000 infrastructure projects underway, and just last week, we opened applications for another $600 million round of our Reconnecting Communities program. And this year, communities that are interested but not quite ready to apply yet can request technical assistance through our Reconnecting Communities Institute. Secondly, many of you have already been aware of this, but I want to emphasize that we are so proud to have finalized the new rule for our department's Disadvantaged Business Enterprise and Airport Concessions Disadvantaged Business Enterprise programs. This was a historic rule change modernizing these programs. We believe that through this rule change, we have addressed a number of the challenges that small businesses and DBE firms have faced over the years and have told us about. And we're excited that firms can now more efficiently and effectively compete for transportation projects and opportunities. I want to again thank COMTO here for your support and the support of everyone here who helped deliver that change. DBE utilization and other areas of civil rights compliance will continue to be vital to the delivery of good projects. And we're going to be highlighting opportunities during our Investing in America Wealth Creation Tour, including an event later today. Third, I want to share how much we are looking forward to growing our partnership with COMTO even further through the Thriving Communities program. This is a new program created through President Biden's infrastructure law. It provides historically under-resourced communities with extra capacity and technical assistance, both to help apply for federal resources and to deliver good projects well. We couldn't be more pleased to have COMTO as a national capacity builder, leading a consortium that will help 16 cities and towns across the country. For now, I'll stop there, but across all of these updates, I want to point to some common threads. We're making rapid progress, often in partnership with so many of you. We still have a lot to do to overcome decades or even generations of decisions, some of which are literally fixed in concrete. And we need the organizations at this conference as partners, not only in delivering projects on time, on task, and on budget, but on telling the stories of how and when we succeed. Getting it right, building the right things in the right places, and actually including people fairly, and telling the story means that we will not only be building roads and airports and bus stations, we're building livelihoods. And just as importantly, we are building trust in communities that have had every reason to be skeptical before about the potential for federal transportation funding to meaningfully help them. And then we'll be in a position to build even more wonderful things together. Again, building not just on the physical infrastructure that we're fixing today, but on the strength of the human capital, experience, opportunity, and yes, trust that we are developing in this moment. So on that note, thank you again for your leadership, and I hope you have a terrific conference.